Okay, Leroy, where would you rather be in a vehicle that is starting to break down? The bottom of the ocean or in space?
Ah, the bottom of the ocean or in space. And my
Yeah,
vehicle's breaking down. So either way, those two situations don't sound very like a
no.
good chance of surviving. Is this which way would I rather go? Essentially, is what you're asking me here.
Yeah,
Firstly, the bottom of the ocean is freaking scary. There are some
it's terrifying.
crazy animals, crazy things down there. Just
It's
crazy,
just pitch black.
uh,
And
prehistoric.
oh,
And then
and we
space on
don't,
the
we
other
just,
hand, far out. They're both as bad as each other. But like, which one's worse?
yeah,
Hmm. Like at least in space, you can just float around. Like, you've seen it in
mm,
all those space movies, just floating around like Tony Stark, just
yeah.
floating. And like, hopefully you can put a beacon and a recovery mission. But at the bottom of the ocean, like, can you even go back up? Like, would that
See,
vehicle even float?
so that's the thing. Like, this is where I'm not too sure because I guess in space, the Earth is a lot further away, I think, as opposed to if you're under the ocean, like the surface is not that far away.
Yeah,
So like the bottom of the ocean, if you choose that option, the top of the ocean where safety is, I think would feel a bit closer.
yeah. It would feel closer, but like in its own way further. Like we haven't really have we even ever gone to the bottom? Like
No, I don't. Oh, there. Well, the reason why I asked this question is I watched uh, the Blue Planet 2, The
yeah,
Deep, yesterday. And I think they did get pretty close to the bottom, but I don't know if they went to the actual bottom.
yeah.
The Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth.
Deepest point. Yeah. Look, I'm thinking space right now,
Mm.
but like what you said is a good point. At least you're still on Earth.
Yeah.
So
Like, if you stuff up in space, there is just space. Like you
yeah,
have like you just have there's no gravity. You're just gonna float away from Earth. Like at least the bottom of the ocean, air should hopefully rise up to the top. Like
yeah,
it would be easier to get to the top as opposed to when you're in space, you're not going anywhere. No one's there to save you.
yeah. That's true.
But also, dying underwater feels way scarier to me. Like, can you just imagine, like, you're going to drown for like 30 seconds, a minute, maybe a minute and a
Uh,
half in pure blackness, surrounded by these big saber-tooth looking fish things, just like, hunting for the next meal. There's these giant shark things down there too. They just live for ages
yeah.
and they're
Man,
just down there
anything
with
down there
you.
lives for
And
ages. It's
yeah,
just it's just so honed. It's probably
like
been
I,
alive forever.
I feel like it's a much slower death as opposed to if you're in space, it can all be over pretty quick.
Yeah, you just open up
Kind of
that.
go outside and instantly like freeze and then you're done.
Do you reckon that's a true thing? That freezing?
I
Because
reckon
like
it is a true thing.
it
I reckon
is
it'd
it
be
is
ice cold
cold.
out there.
Yeah. Because like it's been because I remember sometimes it's like, oh, like your head like explodes. Like that was what I kind of thought as a kid. Like watching, I don't even
Mm.
know what I saw it on, but like more recently the sci-fi movies and stuff. Like yeah, it's just been like that frozen, which makes sense, and no oxygen, so you just to die too. You die either way. um,
It's a
yeah,
tricky one. I
and
mean,
like the
in the
thing
end,
is, in the
neither are
ocean,
good things.
say like your thing just floats up. The pressure will probably destroy you because like you need to like float up, stop at this level, float up, stop at this level. float up, stop at this level. Otherwise, if you just keep going up, like
Oh yeah, the pressure just fucking.
yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of that, I was watching this free diving. It's crazy. I'll talk to you about that another time, and I'll make sure we do an episode on that because it is crazy how far down they go. It's oh my god.
That whole scenario just terrifies me.
Yeah,
You know, one thing goes wrong, that's it.
yeah.
It's over for you.
All right, I'm
And
gonna make
it
my
just doesn't.
verdict.
It doesn't sound like an enjoyable thing going like deep down into water. It just doesn't. There's nothing there.
Yeah, nothing there but those saber-toothed
Ugh,
sharks and that thing from Finding Nemo with their
yeah.
like color.
So who you got?
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go space. Like, if I'm going, at least maybe just let me float up and like see some cool things in space. Like, I'm sure like my vehicle would have a window like where I can look out. But like
Yeah.
that deep, deep, dark water down there is just darkness. Like, so at least I'll go out with a view, and maybe I'll come across some space aliens or whatever.
It's not bad. Like I think either way, no matter which scenario, you're gonna die. Like no one can help you fast enough. There's no way of surviving that. And yeah, I'll probably go with, at least you get a scenic send off.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit quicker. It's like, oh, like he's gonna die in space. Yeah, I feel
exactly.
like that's a lot. That's not as bad as, oh, he drowned for a long time at the bottom of the ocean and just collapsed under pressure immediately. Like, yeah, I'm gonna choose
Yeah.
that way.
So space it is.
Face it is.
I'd love to hear if
Well,
anyone else has any would go the ocean and why.
mm, I feel like some people would. If you were hopeful, you would go to the bottom of the ocean.
Mm,
So at least I could try. Like even if they just float up as fast as we can, it's like fuck it. But I don't
yeah.
think so.
Nah. All right. Thank you for
Thank
that
you very much,
wonderful
everybody.
question.
It's all right.